Hi traders, welcome once again to another session. If you're new here, my name is Farida. I'm a new forex trader. I'm going to be sharing trader tips with you on this platform. Let's hop into the chart.
I entered AUD sell position, which was this, and I'm going to explain what I saw. Now from here we can see we're already in a downtrend. This new current break of structure line here, let me just label it. This line here, you know our rule, when you see a break of structure to the upside or downside, you look for the topmost bullish or bearish candle, draw your rectangular box. Basically that will take us here. So now this was the supply area as of then. Supply. In this case, supply area was here. You would wait for price to close below the last candle, which should be somewhere here. However, I had waited for further confirmation on the lower time frame, and that's why I entered somewhere here. Price went down to my take profit for a little bit, pushed more into drawdown than before reversing. Remember what I always say, whenever price is heading to my take profit at about 70%, I like to take out my full money. And you can see from here, price was approaching my 70% level. So I exited around where I drew this white line, And thank goodness, because shortly after, price didn't hit my full TP, it actually started reversing greatly, which would have been very heartbreaking to give back all these profits back into the market, and it probably even hit stop loss. Alright, so remember, break of structure, look for the last bullish candle to create a supply level, wait for confirmation, and you short either from lower time frame, or if you want to be more conservative, wait for confirmation on higher time frame. The next trade should be GBP CHF. This was my GBP CHF buy position. This one is a bit different from the typical one, but it still has the same concept. On a normal, this was the trade I entered. On a normal, this is your regular break of structure line. I'm supposed to wait and draw my fib from here to here. However, what I did was I started looking at the closest area that has not been mitigated. Let me show you something. Follow me here. This was the last break of structure. Just assume all this area hasn't happened. This was the last break of structure. This. Okay? Let me delete this for a sec. Ask yourself, has this area tested the 50% level or below? The answer is yes. Let me draw it. So you see that here price has obviously tested 50% level and below. So that means this leg has been mitigated. Okay, price on the normal should not break this leg. If you should break this leg, it means you are going down, which is also fine if that's the trend. So what I did was I decided that since this was my protective low, I'm not going to put my stop loss lower, if you get what I'm saying. So initially I drew my fib tool from here to this break of structure here. Oh, I didn't draw that. This is another break of structure here. So if you look at this leg here, has this leg here tapped the 50% level? Let's find out. So I'm drawing from my protective low to the break of structure line, and we can see, let me extend it so you see what I mean. And we can see that this leg here did not reach this 50% line. So that means we still have unmitigated area all the way here. So what did price do? Price came here, reached our 50% level, and started reacting. Okay, price started reacting, a bit of noise before it finally took off. Unfortunately, that day was a Friday, and you know my rule, I don't like trading or carrying over trade through the weekend. Anything can happen on Monday morning or Sunday night. So I had to exit somewhere here. I had to exit here. Okay, I was cool with that because Yes, on Sunday you actually saw this drop, which technically shouldn't bother someone, but I didn't want to be part of that move of uncertainty. But all in all, price still hit the full TP had I held, but nonetheless, all is good. So my stop loss was initially here at this my protective low. I had to adjust it as time was, or as price was moving. I had to adjust it to here. So that worst case scenario, this would have been my last stop loss, but it's now become my stop loss was cut in half. Worst case scenario. So I hope you've learned that this strategy isn't so complex. Draw your breakout structure to the upside or to the downside. Make sure that you draw your fib tool either 50% or above. Those are your ideal levels to take your entry after you see confirmation. All right.